A few years ago, some good friends of mine, when information about their preschool, they sent them a letter and they sent them a brochure. The letter spelled school wrong. School was spelled Shool. And here's what the brochure said: Welcome to the neighborhood. We want your kids to be a part of our family. This will be their home away from home. This will be their home away from home. And there was spelled There instead of Their. What do you think my friends did with that letter and that brochure? Not only did they throw them away, but they decided we're never going to send our kids to that place. I'm Dr. Derek Noble, and this is Lead Through Communication. This is a video series where I partner with you. I become your coach, and I help you to become a better leader by helping you to become a better communicator. Because as you know by now, communication and leadership and communication go hand in hand. Today, I want to speak a little bit about writing skills, and I want to speak about Write Right. That's our title for today, Write Right. If you were with us last time, you know we spoke about verbal communication skills. Today, we're talking about written communication skills. What I have discovered, interestingly enough, as a corporate trainer, one of the topics that I get asked to present more than most topics is the topic of writing for business leaders, how to be a better business writer. Because a lot of people, let's face it, we've been out of school for a long time, and many of us don't know the difference between an adverb and an adjective. We don't know the difference between who and whom. We don't know the difference between fewer and less, farther and further, things of that nature. So a lot of times I'm asked, because my first of my 3 degrees is in English, so I have a background in English and writing, so I love doing that. So people ask me to help them to become better writers, and I'm glad to do that, because as a leader, you must understand that part of your responsibility is going to be in some way to communicate in written form. And if what you've written down is full of grammatical errors, if what you've written down not only is full of grammatical errors, but if it's just not clear, if it doesn't make sense, then you are going to short circuit your communication. Communication does not occur until your recipient has understood you. And that's the very first point I want to make today. Go ahead and write that one down. Communication has not occurred until your recipient, in this case, your reader, has understood you. If they did not understand what you wrote, you failed to communicate. See, communication is not just dispensing information. Communication is also making sure that that information you send is understood. Gone are the days when you can say, well, I wrote what needed to be written. I said what needed to be said. If they don't get it, it's on them. No. If they don't get it, it's on you. Because, and this is my second point, write this one down, my job as the writer is to guide my reader into a clear understanding. And circle, highlight, or underline the word clear. Tattoo it on your bicep somewhere. Your job as the writer is to guide your reader into a clear understanding. Now, when I talk about clarity, people often ask, well, what do you mean by clarity? Are you talking about details? Yes, I'm talking about details, but I'm also talking about word choice, okay? For example, let's say you're trying to sell a car and you're writing an ad that says you want to sell a car. Listen to this ad and tell me what you think. Listen to the words and tell me what you think. Cheap car for sale. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word or read the word cheap? You probably think bad quality. You probably think it's going to break down before I get out of the driveway. And you're probably right about that. Now, what that person most likely meant was affordable car. But by using the word cheap instead of using the word affordable, you have created now a negative mood, which gets us into our third point. And the third point is this: words create mood, and mood dictates response. Words create mood, and mood dictates response. One thing you must understand about written communication is that most people will read and interpret what you've written based on the mood that they are in. If somebody is angry, let's say one of your employees is angry, and you send an email that says, there's a mandatory meeting tomorrow morning at Thursday. Here's how that angry employee reads that email: mandatory meeting tomorrow at Thursday. See, they read it and they understand it based on the mood they're in. The words you choose dictate mood. Mood dictates response. Words will create a mood. So you have to be careful about the words that you use. Here's a tip that I give to writers, okay? Before you hit send on that email or that text message, or before you send that letter, whatever the written communication is, read it and ask yourself this question. Everybody ready? Ask yourself this question. Is there a possibility that what I've written could be misunderstood? Is there a possibility, based on these words, is there a possibility that what I've written right here could be misunderstood? If the answer is yes, then what you've written is not clear enough. Go back and rewrite. If the answer is there's a possibility this could be misunderstood. See, because your goal as the writer is to make sure that your reader has a very clear understanding. And if you think there's a possibility it might not be clear, rewrite it until it's clear. There's much more I could say about writing, and I will say some things about writing in some subsequent episodes. That's our time for the day. Feel free to like and subscribe this video and this video series, and feel free to follow me on social media. I'm all over the place. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Dr. Derek Noble. Find me on social media. Follow me. I'll follow you back as I continue to work with you and partner with you to help take your leadership skills and your communication skills to their next levels of excellence. Thank you.